Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take a look here at Solana, see what's going on. Well, Solana's looking a little bit better than it was yesterday. I would agree, absolutely. Recovering, if you will. Kind of breaking through its descending trend line here and apparently back on track. So this is a question, do we long, do we short right now? What do we do here with this coin? Well, the truth is Bitcoin's broken its bullish rectangle pattern and is essentially soon to sweep, again, potentially soon to sweep this liquidation about 65 billion upwards here. That's upwards about 69,500. So the reason why that's relevant is because if Bitcoin continues higher to that level, that resistance range about 70K as a close approximate, we can see Solana probably doing something similar. However, we got to reflect here and understand that most coins are responding well to Bitcoin breaking through that little resistance. So if Bitcoin does pull back to sweep its lower levels, then there's a good chance we'll see Solana pull back too. So try not to get overexcited just yet, but on the same accord, this is a very good start to the day, obviously. So let's take a look at the backend data, kind of see what's going on. And as we wait for this to load, just want to say thank you. Go ahead and hit that like button if you could, please. Helps grow the channel, gets us in front of more people, and hopefully less Moon Boys destroying other people's accounts. And I'm sure the Moon Boys are pretty active today too. That's just my guess, but they are all about the I told you so's today. And let's see if Solana tells us anything here, or if we can kind of reflect on where it's going to go next. Because liquidation in the last 7 days, we're starting to see a nice little base there between 142 to 147. That's the area I was expecting to get swept here, honestly, yesterday, as a matter of fact, with the price pulling back. As we can see, a previous amount of liquidation occurred at 150, all the way down to 147. And if we look at the macro too, we can kind of recognize that as we get closer, 162, 163 could be a possible reality for us. We just got to understand too, though, that Solana's had a very difficult time getting past 160. So we're going to see if that's potential reality for us. This is another thing here. Let's go and refresh this and take a look at Solana's liquidation chart. We can see the shorts are starting to subside. Okay, so as the shorts start to dissipate, we're starting to see the price action increase. It's kind of reflected on how the price action works. As you can see, when the price goes down, we see more longs coming down as well. So as this delta starts to shift and hit more closer to that zero line, we're going to get closer to resistance and potentially reject off that and come back down. So there's different scenarios here, of course, it could play out, but for the most part, this is generally construed as a shift of momentum, and we got to see if key level resistances are going to hold or not. When we look at the open interest here, though, we can see 156, I would say, is probably one of the heaviest, as well as 157. The most amount of open positions right now. So a lot of these previous late longs here that got possibly wrecked, or maybe just low leverage longs, they're getting closer to their break even here. Okay, so that's generally favorable, but depends on what direction you're heading, right? So let's take a look at the daily time frame, work our way down. When we look at the daily time frame, obviously there's some key factors we've talked about, we've been talking about for a while, being above all moving averages. That's generally construed as a positive sign here. Same thing with Bitcoin. It's well above all of its moving averages, always a good sign. You got to keep in mind though, Bitcoin is getting close to its 70 level here on our side. In fact, it's testing it right now. So if it breaks through that, we might have a continuation on our hands. Having said that, though, Solana is still a ways away, and this is actually good because it has more room for growth and it could continue higher. We can also see money flow indexes above the RSI now too, which is absolutely shifted since yesterday. And then we can see stochastic RSI is pulling back. So these are all kind of normal signs here, really, for the current price action that we're seeing. So I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, but we're seeing slightly more bullish than bearish signs here, especially now that we've broken this descending trend. Okay. Now, again, we have that previous support slash resistance slash support. It's kind of not sure what to do, but that 150, 151 area seems to be an area that's consistently holding, losing, and then holding, and then losing. What I mean by that is there's a lot of gravitation there, so to speak. So that seems to be kind of one of our areas there to maybe consider focusing on. And what I mean by that is just, a solid pivot point. If the price pulls back, there's a decent chance we could see a bounce there. But if we look at the macro point of control here, at least this isn't fully macro. This is basically just since September, so roughly 2 months worth of trading. We can see we have the most amount of support at 143 and now 146. Okay, that has shifted a little bit though. We didn't have 146 before yesterday, which is interesting. MACD is converging here, soon to converge rather. It's shifting momentum, if you will. Stochastic also swinging up, and RSI is back up over 50. So there's a lot of signs here too, letting us know that Solana appears to be back on track. You just got to recognize though, when you look at Bitcoin's chart and how it's consistently establishing higher highs and higher lows, and you look at Solana, this is not really a big vote of confidence here. Now, again, you could argue that this is somewhat of a bull flag type of pattern, which is relevant. again, if we break this descending trend line, we could very well see the price continue higher for Solana. I'll update our playout chart here. I'll post that on our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord so you can kind of see what I'm thinking there. But generally speaking, the way that the price action is moving right now, it's super reliant on Bitcoin. Okay, so if Bitcoin will continue higher, I think Solana will too, but it makes sense that Bitcoin's getting really close to its tentative top at like 69.5, upwards of 67K, right? And when we hit those things, price action is more likely to pull back. That's just kind of where we're at there. Anyways, taking a look here at the hourly, we can recognize that Ichimoku Cloud is giving us slight confirmation, but also not. In other words, we haven't fully broken above the cloud, which you generally want to wait a few hours before you take a trade in that direction to make sure that you're on the right side of tracks. While Bitcoin is still honoring that and respecting that, still looking very good, Solana is having difficulty breaking free from that, but we're only a couple of hours away. So I would say by the end of today's trading day, if Solana maintain 155 or higher, then we're going to probably be in pretty good shape. But the key takeaway here is that Bitcoin's coming up into a key level resistance. We've got a lot of basically resistance here, local resistance at this 156 level. Okay, so we see a bunch of candlesticks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 attempts to break that level and haven't yet. So all that being said, if we can't close above 156, I think there's a solid chance we're going to see Solana continue either range bound or down. Okay. Again, just most of that is hinged on Bitcoin and how well or poorly this coin is correlated with that. And a lot of times you want to kind of identify the price action. I mean, you take a look at Solana and Bitcoin; these are almost inversely paired coins right now. So it doesn't give me a lot of confidence seeing Solana increase when Bitcoin increases, but yet it's 2 to 3x of Bitcoin when it pulls back. In fact, it's been pulling back even when Bitcoin goes up, leading me to believe that we're probably in for our tentative top on Solana before we probably have to pull back again before the next leg up. Again, just some thoughts there. Either way, I'll go ahead and post the update on our Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Thanks again so much for being an awesome part of my life. Make sure that you do, of course, do yourself a favor. Take advantage of this deposit bonus. Really easy money here for Bitunix. We've been partnered with them for over a year now, and they've treated our community with extremely good quality and excellent customer service too. Anyways, they've been awesome to us. Thanks again to Bitunix for that, and obviously thanks to you as well for just being amazing parts of my life. Be careful trading Solana right now. I would say wait for confirmation above this local high and make sure that we're on the right track beforehand. And I think we just kind of got to pay attention to how altcoins are behaving contrary to Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is way too high to be able to warrant any kind of long positions with confidence just yet. As Bitcoin dominance starts to pull back, we start seeing that shift in momentum. Perhaps that's a good consideration, but right now, this just feels like that natural knee-jerk reaction to Bitcoin, pumping a little bit, right? So just heads up on that. All right, so anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you the next one. Take care.